Hello YouTube. Today's video is a guide on how to rank up properly and how to get things going. And the first thing I want to say before starting this video is thank you guys for 100 subscribers and thank you guys for a lot of traction on the last guide videos. It means a lot to me. It means the world to get me motivated again to make videos, and just thank you guys. And one more disclaimer, 98% of you aren't subscribed, and if you would subscribe, listen, it's free and it just helps me motivate to make more videos and content like this one. I would appreciate it a lot. Other than that, boys, let's get into it. Hey there, boys. First thing for the route to ranking up properly and correctly is try not to solo queue if possible. Now, there are many outlets you can go to if you don't want to solo queue, like the LFG Discord, which I'll have in the description of this video, IRL friends, people you meet in the game. Just try to stay away from solo queuing because it's straight cancer in this video game, especially if you're playing in low to mid elo. It's very hard to solo queue and get the right kind of games to rank up, and it takes way more time, effort, stress, etc., a bunch of bullshit that you don't want to deal with. So first tip is try to queue with somebody. The second tip on getting a good rank or ranking up from the rank you're currently at is playing characters of importance or filling, right? There are two outlooks to a player if you do this, right? You either play an important role like controller, initiator, sentinel, so you have a greater chance of winning to the balanced comp you have, right? If you play duelist though, play a useful duelist, movement duelist like Jet. Yudu's pretty good now. Jet, Yudu, Neon. Don't play Reyna. She's fucking useless. You're throwing my game. You're going to lurk B main, all this bullshit. Don't play Reyna, all right? Play useful characters. Usually, you want to try to build around your team comp depending on how they pick. So I would say maybe wait till they pick and then see how to move, see how to get right, and then from there, make your decision. The third tip on this subject is learn your system or learn how you play all maps. Like, for example, if you're Sova, learn how to play defense on A or B on the map you're playing, and then also learn how to attack on A or B. Know what kind of util you like to throw: drone, dart, shock dart, alt, etc. Always give yourself the best odds of winning. So pick angles you like to play on site. Also positions that are beneficial for the defender or the attacker in any scenario, right? Also make sure you know positions you don't like and angles you don't like. You have to kind of figure out and kind of troubleshoot the best probability of winning that match depending on where you play. Like for example, if you look at the gameplay in the background, on Abyss, I play in mid connector and I play A heaven because I know that the best possibility of me winning a gun duel is in this area. Because I've played around it a lot. I know some scenarios. I know how some things move. And, I like playing angles where I can take aggressive peeks and I could dip into corners and do whatever. So that's where I play. So learn your system. Learn your map pools. Learn the maps you don't like. Learn the characters you play in certain maps, I'm usually an initiator controller player, but some initiators I wouldn't run on Bind. Some initiators I wouldn't run on Lotus, I run different comps for different maps. That's why this game, this game is better to be a jack of all trades and a master of none than be a one trick, So I would say just figure out your map pools, figure out your players, figure out your angles, and then you're good from there. Tip 4 is practice your aim. Don't just queue ranked. Queue DM, TDM, aim labs, just warm up, get your aim ready. If I was you, I would do two things to win more gun duels in Valorant, which I did personally, which got me from Diamond 2 to Immortal in almost under a season. So what I would do is I would play ranked on my main, and then I would go on a Smurf, play ranked as well, and I would insta-queue Reyna. Now, I remember you're probably like, what the fuck? You said don't play Reyna. Obviously, don't play Reyna on your main, but on a Smurf, Reyna's perfect for practicing duels in this game. So what I would do is I would go Reyna on my Smurf, and I got my Smurf to pretty high, like Diamond 3 or whatever. And I would just queue Reyna, and I would just take gun duels. I wouldn't care about winning or losing. I wouldn't care about what anyone says. I would just take gun duels and get better and better and better at taking duels and playing correctly, right? Now, also, aim training in a sense of aim labs, DM, TDM, those are big. Those are really big. I would say focus more on aim labs or DM because DM is just if the perfect example of DM, what you should do is turn all the audio off and just run around the map, not holding angles, just start strafing and try to kill. Because when you hold angles, you kind of mitigate the point of aim training. So I would say do aim labs, DM. Aim labs is important for like micros and precision. Like you're kind of better at your micro with aim labs. Macro is more playing the game and figuring it out, right? So that's the fourth tip. Fifth tip. And this is the biggest tip you'll ever hear. And this is something that I learned from a pro player. So when I was an Immortal, I would ask pro players, because usually when you're an Immortal 2, 3, and up at Radiant, you'll see guys that have careers where it's just green. They just win every game. And you're like, how the fuck are you winning every match? Like, aren't you going to queue into a bad throwing match or a win trader? It's called the 3-match method. The best strategy to play ranked is play 3 games, right? If you win 2, lose 1, decide if you play more. If you lose 2, win 1, take a break. 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, up to you. If you lose all 3, get off your main, hop in an alt, and just fuck around and focus on duels, right? Now, if you win all 3, you queue another one. But if you lose the next one you queue, you're immediately off, right? Obviously, this comes with some push and pull because you need some sort of self-control to like know, okay, hey, you know, I'm up 40 elo and I want to stop playing so I can just have the highest chance of winning, you know? So that's the best way to go about it, because if you lose more than 3 matches and then you queue again and you lose and you queue again and you lose, now you're rage queuing and now you're down literal ranks, which has happened to me. I've been Ascendant 3 and I've rage queued to a Diamond 3. And then I implement this method back into my rank play. And now I'm back at Immortal 1 or Immortal 2, right? You want to kind of mitigate your losses. Imagine it as like stock trading, right? You want to mitigate your risk. You want to make sure your risk is as low as possible. Same thing with this game, right? If you're going to play ranked, make sure your risk is as low as possible compared to your winning. Like, make sure your probability of winning is this big and your probability of losing is this big, right? Obviously, you're going to lose because this game is it's a game. It's not real life. You're obviously going to lose. Try to pick and choose your battles, though. And that's it for the guide on how to rank up. Now, obviously, there's intricacies in this, right? For example, are you playing NA? Are you playing EU? Do you have good peripherals? If you guys want a peripheral guide for Valorant or a peripheral guide in general, I have a lot of keyboards and mice, monitors, mics, especially anything that is computer components or computer hardware. I know a lot about, so I can help you guys figure out what you need: mouse, keyboard, and mics, monitors, whatever. If you guys also need more ideas on how to play certain agents, I'm making 2 to 3 guides this week. I'm dropping an Astra guide, I'm dropping a Cypher guide, and a weird take on, you know, the guides. I'm going to be dropping a Raze guide, although Raze is kind of shit right now, but I want to make a guide about her because I want to show that there are some broken elements to Raze that can be paired well in a ranked play. But other than that, boys, thank you. And I want to say one more thing before we get off and end this video and you move on with your beautiful lives. Thank you for subscribing. I think by the time I upload this video, I'll be at 100 subs. That's so sick to me. We had 2.5 views this week in 3 days. Again, that's so sick to me and it means the world. And please, if you're not subscribed, just subscribe. It's free. You know, I'm not asking for much. I would just love to see more subscribers because that means I'm doing something right, and it would push me further to motivate me to make more videos and more guides and help people out in the game. And thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in heaven.